Hello, this is Bill Webb, aka Billy Indiana. Today I'm going to be doing a spotlight review for Seven Wonders Architects, which is a Repos Production game by Antoine Bauza. I'm going to talk to you in just a brief amount of time, hopefully 5 minutes or less, what I think about Seven Wonders Architects. So stick around if you're interested in hearing more. So briefly as an overview, Seven Wonders Architects takes some things that are familiar from the original game in terms of using resources to try to build up wonders, but it really streamlines it, and it has terrific production value. So in the box you're going to have these 7 different wonders, and every wonder has its own box with cards and pieces. So for instance, Babylon here, if we open it up, that player is going to be given this set of cards. And in those cards, they're going to have things like point value cards, resource cards like glass, science cards, military cards, gold. Just like in the regular Seven Wonders or Seven Wonders duel game, you're going to have all these familiar cards. But the big difference, I think, in the play is that it's super streamlined. Instead of building up a tableau that you keep managing through the whole time, you're going to just be building up cards until you can do what's required on your wonder. And so this shows you right here how to set up the wonder. And so you're going to have these little pieces in here, and you're going to lay them out on your board just like it shows you here. And so for instance, once we have these laid out, you lay them out initially with the kind of scaffolding side showing. And in order to get this first one, you would need to play 2 cards that are not alike, 2 resource cards that are not alike. So maybe a glass and a brick, or a wood and a brick. And when you do that, you automatically flip this over, and now that is built, and you have 3 victory points, and you discard those cards. And so you don't have to keep managing a tableau. One thing about Seven Wonders that I found teaching new players that game is a lot of times it was confusing to them that you weren't using the resources when you had them. You had the card now with the resource, and to use it, you didn't get rid of the card. You could just continue to use it. Once it made sense to them, they were really excited about it, but initially it was kind of confusing for them. So to play this game, you can play up to 7 players and just give each person their own box, their own cards, and their own wonders. And then there's this other little box in here that has the cards and other features. So you've got your science tiles here with all the different benefits for science. You've got the military tokens here, and so you've got these that they start on the peaceful side, and when a certain number flip over based on player count, you have a war, and you see who has the most military, and then whoever has the most military in their battles with the players to their right and their left are going to get these tokens for victory points at the end. And then there's also these cards that are basically for everybody, and they are the same kind of cards. They're the resources, they're the gold, they're the blue cards for points, there's science, there's military. And so in your turn, instead of drafting the cards, if you're familiar with Seven Wonders where you're passing them around, you're always going to look at your collection of cards, the collection of cards of the player on your other side, and then the central cards. You're always going to have a choice of 3 different ones. You just take one of those cards and you play it. If when you play that card, it allows you to flip over a part of your wonder or gain some other benefit, you do it immediately and you discard those cards. Very simple, very quick to play. We can play this game in 15 to 20 minutes. Taught it, my wife and I learned it very quickly, taught it to our son in just a few minutes. We've enjoyed it. When I first played it, I thought maybe this is almost too simple. And after we played a few more times, now I really enjoy it. It's just so quick. If I just wanted a quick filler game and I wanted something that has a bit of complexity and feels like maybe it's more complex than it really is, and some, maybe not feels like, but looks like it should be more complex than it really is, it's a game that I can just bring out and use as a filler game. So Seven Wonders Architects, I think, is a really great one that just came out recently. It's going to stay on our shelf and be one that we'll use to introduce new players to modern board gaming. So that is my brief board game spotlight review for Seven Wonders Architects. If you enjoyed this video, it'd be great if you'd give me that thumbs up down below to show that you liked it. And I would really appreciate if you'd subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions about the game, leave those down below and I'll get back to you and answer those questions as quickly as I can. If you've played the game and want to leave some comments about what you enjoyed or didn't like about Seven Wonders Architect, I'd also love to read those comments down below. As always, thanks for watching. This is Billy Indiana, signing off.